everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to another general discussion series. So today's general discussion I'll be talking about today is what are your favorite Christmas movies? And before we get into this, here are a few words from the channel. Alright everybody, it's time to get on the social media train. Want to chat with me in 100 words or less? Then check out my Twitter account. Want to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games within the group? Then check out my Facebook account. Want to check out some of my ultra cool fan art? Then check out my DeviantArt page. Want to get the lowdown on everything that's happening on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So it's the holidays, and you know what that means. That means it's time to talk about some of our favorite Christmas movies. Now, this is not going to be a top 10 list or a top 5 list. This is just me listing off 3 of my favorite Christmas movies and giving you guys a sort of idea about what kind of Christmas movies you guys want to talk about in the discussions below, because this is a discussion video, not a top 10 video or top 5 video. So I'm just listing off some movies from the top of my head, and this is not going to be in any particular order. Also, for this video, I'm not going to mention any Christmas specials like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or Charlie Brown Christmas or Frosty the Snowman, because I don't consider those Christmas movies. I consider those like Christmas specials, so they're not going to be included in this video. But let's get started with 3 of my most favorite Christmas movies. So here we go. So the first Christmas movie that I really like is Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. So Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas is sort of an integral for Disney's Beauty and the Beast. And it's about how Belle is trying to bring Christmas back to the castle due to the Beast banning Christmas because of an incident where he was transformed into the Beast that very day. And despite the Beast's hatred for Christmas, Belle tries to remind the Beast about why he loved Christmas all those years ago. And she's trying to bring Christmas back to the castle. But unfortunately, at the same time, Forte, a pipe organ who's close to the Beast, is trying to make sure that Belle doesn't succeed with her plan to bring Christmas back to the castle. So I really enjoyed this movie because the fact that it's a sequel to Beauty and the Beast made me really interested in watching this movie. This movie was actually pretty interesting for how it handled the Beast's depression over Christmas time, because that was the day he was transformed into the Beast. And it was interesting seeing how Belle is so determined to try to bring Christmas back to the castle and try to get the Beast to remember why he loved Christmas in the first place. But what I really loved about this movie was Forte himself. Forte was voiced by Tim Curry, and I thought that Forte is a fantastic villain in this movie as he tries to stop Christmas from being brought back to the castle. And you see how manipulative he is towards the Beast throughout this movie. And I felt like he's a very underrated villain. Like, I think he's very manipulative, and I think that he was very well written in this movie, and he was probably the highlight of this film. The second Christmas movie that I really enjoyed was The Nutcracker Prince. So in The Nutcracker Prince, it's about a young girl named Clara who gets a nutcracker for Christmas, and her uncle Drosselmeyer ends up telling Clara the story about the Nutcracker Prince and how he came to be. And afterwards, it turns out that the Nutcracker Prince is actually real, as the Nutcracker Prince has to go off and fight the Mouse King, who was partially responsible for Hans transforming to the Nutcracker Prince in the first place. And that's pretty much what this movie is all about. I really enjoyed this movie because I am a bit familiar with the original Nutcracker ballet that involves the Nutcracker Prince fighting the Mouse King, and I was actually glad that we actually have a movie that details the adventures of the Nutcracker and the Mouse King. And I thought that this movie did a fantastic job at adapting the famous ballet into screenplay, and it's a shame that this movie doesn't get a lot of attention. I think that this movie deserves a lot of attention. It also features a young Kiefer Sutherland voicing the Nutcracker Prince himself, and I thought that he did a fantastic job voicing the Nutcracker Prince. So if you love the Nutcracker Prince, or you just love the ballet of the Nutcracker Prince versus the Mouse King, I highly recommend you check out the Nutcracker Prince. And then the last movie that I really enjoy is The Nightmare Before Christmas. So in this movie, a skeleton named Jack Skellington lives in Halloween Town. But one year he wanted to do something very different, so he stumbles upon a town called Christmas Town, and he finds Santa Claus there, and he decided that he wanted to become Santa Claus for that year. So he kidnaps Santa Claus, and he ends up going out into the world to deliver the presents to the boys and the girls. But unfortunately, the presents that he delivers are actually dangerous to the boys and girls. So this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I just love how creepy and heartwarming this movie is at the same time, and I think this movie does a fantastic job at balancing the dark elements with the heartwarming elements. And I really love the characters in this movie, especially Jack Skellington himself and Sally the Ragdoll. I think that they were very interesting characters, and I love how their actions actually affected the story. So I highly recommend The Nightmare Before Christmas. And even though I technically consider The Nightmare Before Christmas to be more of a Halloween movie, because the tone of the movie is much more horrific than actually jolly, I still think that this is a great movie to watch if you're in the mood for watching a dark Christmas movie. So those are my 3 favorite Christmas movies. And again, this is not my full list of Christmas movies that I really enjoy. There's actually a lot more Christmas movies that I really enjoy, but I just named off 3 from the top of my head to start off this conversation. So tell me in the comments down below, what are your favorite Christmas movies? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, like this video? If you want to check out more crazy content from this channel, then please hit that big old colorful subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra generous, then please support me through Patreon so I can make more awesome content for this channel.